Hello again. A lot of gospel presentations include the idea that the reason you need to be saved is because God cannot be around sin or sinners. So here's a question. Was Jesus around sin? Did Jesus look at sinners? I mean, it's hard to imagine Jesus walking down the street just wincing and not really like making direct, I can't look at people. He's like, oh, don't touch me. Definitely don't touch me, and I definitely can't look directly at you. Is that you, Peter? Yeah, you come follow me. We know that's absurd. We know he had dinner with sinners. We know he let a sinner wash his feet. There's touching there, definitely touching. He looked at people. So we know that Jesus can look at sinners and be around sinners. So why do we have this idea? I think one thing we're forgetting is part of the Nicene Creed where it says we believe in one Lord Jesus Christ. And there it says that he is God from God, light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, and of one being with the Father. So there's a reason why Jesus said to his disciples, hey, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. It's because Jesus was representing the Father perfectly. Like it says in Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3, the Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being. So Jesus Christ has the capacity to be around sin and sinners without completely wincing and running away, afraid with his tail between his legs. And that's because God the Father is also able to do that. I mean, think of Job chapter 1. Satan is standing right in front of God talking to him. And who do you think was wincing? It was definitely not God. The idea that God the Father cannot be around sinners is from a misquotation of Habakkuk chapter 1. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 13 says, your eyes are too pure to look on evil. And that's where people stop. But if you kept going, the prophet says, you cannot tolerate wrong. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? In other words, hey God, I thought you were too pure to look at evil, so why is it that you are in fact doing it? I mean, just think about it. When Cain killed his brother Abel, that made him a murderer. Then what did God do? He had a direct conversation with him, okay? In fact, if God ever has a direct conversation with a person, it's because God does in fact have the capacity to look at and be around sin and sinners. So why do I think that's important? Because when you are caught up in sin, the idea that God just ran away from you, he left the building and now you're on your own until you fix your problem, is disastrous theology. God actually embraced humanity in its sin, for while we were still yet sinners, Christ died for us. The whole idea that God runs away and he just can't handle it because God's scared of your sin is very silly. Sin doesn't make God run away from humanity. It was sin that actually inspired God to run towards humanity and embrace humanity. And no, he's not scared of you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.